I've always been afraid of dolls. The mere fact that their soulless eyes just stare at you makes me feel uneasy. When I was 10, an elderly lady used to babysit me when my parents were out sometimes. She was a very kind woman, but I knew she wasn't going to last on this earth very long. After a few years, I became a freshman in high school. I heard the news that she had passed on. I was disheartened. She was like a grandmother in a sense to me, and she always kept my spirits positive. I found myself walking home from school a few days later, passing by her house, and I stopped to look at it when I noticed there was a van there. So I walked up to the house to see what was going on. Nervously, I knocked on the door. "Hello?" I asked, as I peered inside the window, hoping to see something in the house. The door opened, and the man I recognized was her son, Jameson. Oh, hey, Kyle. His eyes were red and swollen, and I just assumed he was crying. I couldn't really blame him. His mother just died. I nodded politely, and he offered me to come inside. I did, and the house was pretty much empty, except for a few boxes here and there. Jameson went to the back room and came back with a box. This one was very interesting, though. It was a small, black box with a lock in the center of it, and all around it had markings artistically carved into the wood. The writings looked strange, though, like in a foreign language. Jameson picked open the box and almost laughed to himself. He reached in and pulled out a doll. It was just like his mother to take something so small and lock it up. It saddened him, unfortunately, and he looked at me. Do you want it?" he asked me with a face that looked like he would not take no for an answer. Sure. I couldn't be rude. He was offering me something that belonged to his mother, and that was an act of trust. So then he put the doll back in the box and handed it to me. He turned his head and looked at the clock on the wall that he had not yet taken down. "It's getting late. You should go home. Thanks for coming by," he said dismissively. I got home to an empty house. There was a note on my fridge from my parents saying that they went out for dinner. I was old enough to stay at home without getting in trouble, so I did what any normal teenager does. I just went to my room. So I set the box by the stand on my TV and looked around on the internet. I glanced at a few videos on YouTube, or reading something here and there. After a while, though, I woke up. I must have fallen asleep on the keyboard. I rubbed my face and felt imprints of the keyboard on my cheek. Well, that sucks, I muttered to myself. A thud echoed throughout my room, and I jumped at the sound. It didn't help that only my lamp was on, and it only gave a dim light throughout the room. I looked up and saw that the box had fallen to the ground. I dismissed it just as that, and then I noticed something. The box was open. Well, I got up to look at the box, and the doll was just missing. I was a bit sad. Perhaps Jameson just gave me the box and kept the doll. But I swore I saw him put the doll in the box. After all, I did want something to remember Miss Harrison by. And then a scampering sound echoed throughout the room. It sounded like the pitter-patter of mice feet. A shadow then ran across my lamp, and I turned my head quickly to look and see. The doll was sitting on my nightstand, as if it had just been there the whole time. I must be crazy. I went over to the doll, and it was just that, a doll. I didn't feel too comfortable with it just sitting there, so I picked up the doll and placed it back in the box. I used a paperclip from my desk and locked it back. Hey, I'm paranoid about things. Then I went to bed, still tired even though I'd just woken up from a nap. It was around 3 a.m. when I heard a light humming. I thought it was just in my dreams, but as I slowly woke up, the humming grew louder. I turned on my lap and instantly looked at the box. It was still shut, and it was definitely the source of the humming. I was creeped out of my mind. As the humming progressed, the markings of the box illuminated. I didn't know what to do. Knowing my mom and dad, they were probably still out partying. I was scared. The box turned from humming into singing. I picked up my phone and called Jameson. His voice was scratchy, and I felt bad that I had woken him up. "Yeah, what? Who is it?" he asked into the phone. "It's Kyle. Dude, please, just come get your box," I pleaded. "What? Why?" he asked, sounding more awake. I don't want it. I don't think your mom wanted me to have it. Just please, come get it," I pleaded, and the singing from the box began to die down. And so did my rapid heart rate. All right, I'll be there in a minute." Jameson came and got the box, and I was relieved. I didn't sleep for the rest of the night. He was mad that he was taking back something that he gave to me, but I didn't care. Although now, every night, I hear that song in my head.